If I met my younger self and told him there would be a day that a Kingdom Hearts trailer would come out and I just wouldn't care, they wouldn't believe me. And yet, here we are. Hello everyone, are you ready for me to ruin the fun that comes with a new trailer for a game you like? Yeah, I'm that bitch. I don't have a lot of friends, and you can probably guess why. On today's episode of being overly critical for no reason whatsoever, let's look at the new Kingdom Hearts trailer. Now, Kingdom Hearts used to be my favorite game series, and I spent years waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 just for it to be kind of a wet noodle. Like, I liked it, but it was still kind of a wet noodle. And you could probably guess off of that description, my reaction to this trailer has been, It looks alright, I guess. Listen, I would love to be excited for a new Kingdom Hearts game, truly I would, but there's a couple things to remember. First off, the series is an absolute clusterfuck of nonsense that makes absolutely no sense. I don't know why I struggled so much with that one. Point taken that it's absolute drivel. And this trailer indicates what I think is one of the biggest problems with Kingdom Hearts right now, and that's that it takes itself too damn seriously. I mean, oh my god, this trailer's so dramatic for a game that's origin is a Disney Final Fantasy crossover that was just supposed to be lighthearted. But we also need to remember another thing, and that's Square Enix's piss-poor track record of misleading trailer footage. See, here's the reveal trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, it doesn't play quite like that. You know, same thing happened with Final Fantasy 15. Same kind of thing, to an extent, happened with Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Square Enix has a bad record of releasing concept trailers that don't ultimately represent how the game's going to play out at all. And I mean, this looks way too scripted. The flow motion is way too smooth. Do you know what flow motion looks like in Kingdom Hearts 3? Yeah, it's a clunky piece of shit. I doubt Square Enix has figured it out worked out the kinks that well since then. And I mean, at this point, is this even Kingdom Hearts anymore? This is just modern Final Fantasy. This is just modern Final Fantasy, specifically Versus 13. Nomura, let it go. You didn't get to make Final Fantasy 15. Just drop it. No one fucking cares anymore but you. On one hand, I don't want to be a purist and dictate what a series is supposed to be, but wasn't the whole point to be this fairy tale cartoonish mix of Final Fantasy and Disney, and now Sora's just in Tokyo, Japan, and it's mostly I wouldn't say realistic graphics, but more realistic in comparison to Kingdom Hearts games in the past. This is just weird. It's not that I think it would be bad, or that it is bad, it's just weird as somebody who's been playing this series since the beginning. This is not what I signed up for. I could just play Final Fantasy 15 if I wanted to play a Final Fantasy game in a modern setting. My only hope is with that end bit with the trailer involving Goofy and Donald, that the Disney stuff will start to spill in, Disney and Final Fantasy characters colliding with this pseudo real world setting. But I mean, it's a concept trailer. We won't know until we're either shown more or the game comes out. But still, I mean, the series is a complete mess anyways, so what can it hurt to take the series in a completely different direction? Looks like it could be fun. The dark side design looks actually really cool. I'll give the trailer that. I like Sora's outfit. I'll give it that. Look, my hope for this game, if anything, is that they take the good ideas they had with Kingdom Hearts 3, stuff like the form changes, which it looks like they're going to play around with more, and make them more meaningful. I felt like the form changes had They had an opportunity to be greater than what they were. They should have had more of like a utility function to them. Like they somewhat did at the beginning, and then like that kind of fell off, and all of them just became which one helps you do the most damage with the most AoE effects. I want more key form changes that change your playstyle, like the Starlight. Make certain key form changes better against certain enemies. In fact, make every form change have a specific set of enemies it excels against. That way players can choose which ones they want to carry into battle based on which enemies give them the most trouble. Also, if you're going to give us like partner abilities like the limits again, either make them something we choose to pop off or put them on a consistent cooldown. Don't make them random. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I just wanted to talk about this game because that's what everyone's talking about right now, and I wanted to get my 2 cents in while it's still relevant. Oh no, I revealed my secret. I only covered this game for views because unfortunately YouTube is a cesspit where you have to constantly fight for people's attention just to get your shit seen. Even if that means doing videos you quite don't want to do. On that note, please check out more of my other stuff. You know, the stuff I actually put effort into, like my seafood tip video, which I plan to make another one. I'm working on it right now. And my reviews. I put a lot of effort into my reviews, even if they're not the greatest right now. I'm new. Give me time. Anyways, I'm gonna go play in traffic now. I'll see you all later. I should get a more lighthearted outro. That's pretty dark. Oh well. However, with a little bit of time and experience in this game, I have found that the Eye Strike is infinitely superior. And I'm going to prove it to you. If we're going to compare it to Doom Eternal, I have a lot to say. Because let's be honest, it's almost impossible to talk about this game without comparing it to Doom Eternal, when it's so heavily influenced by it.